my final question to you is somewhat related to the previous discussion, and that is about Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Can you tell us why he is important for the dharmic civilization? And also, if you could tell us about why there are so many people who like him, but there are also certain people, who dislike him and who feel threatened by him.
Yes, very important because these are leading energies in the country today. Now, Narendra Modi was part of a longer movement that's come up in India. In fact, basically, as we said, the independence movement was very strong. It was also a Bharatiya Renaissance, a Dharmic Renaissance. And then it got suppressed under the Nehruvian rule. And then it gradually started to come up again in various ways, including with the global spread of all the yoga, Ayurveda, Vedanta, Buddhist traditions. So he represents the ascendancy of that return to India's independence movement inspiration. So it's not something coming from the outside, it's going back to roots of India's real independence movement and continuing that, bringing out then the value of Bharatiya traditions, International Yoga Day, Ayurveda, honoring temples. Can you imagine India as this great traditional majority country, and the prime ministers would not visit temples, they would not look like they were traditional people, they would not honor their own traditions. See, Modi ji has broken that mold. Honoring Shiva. Honoring Shiva has nothing to do with going against one group or another. If we look at the oldest seals coming out of Harappa, we have Pashupati, we have the Lord of the Animals, we have Shiva and Siddhasana. It is a great heritage there. But Modi ji's extended that diplomacy. He's reached out to the entire world. He has more connections with, he's hugged more world leaders, we might say, than anyone else. He's been honored by Saudi Arabia and the Islamic world, by Japan, all throughout Europe, so many places. He's one of the main ecological leaders in the world today. And so he's brought India back to the world stage. He's also raised India economically, politically, and also militarily, which is very important in the type of world that we live in today. In India itself, of course, he's done so much to help the poor with the sanitation, with the power, with the electricity, with the education, with raising women on various levels, women in the government and the military. So he's brought about not just simply kind of a return to India's past, but a futuristic view of a united and integrated India that honors the past, but also looks towards the future and has a global vision of Bharat and is willing to work with everyone. I mean, what other leader can meet with the presidents of the, whether it's Obama, whether it was Trump, whether it's Macron, Merkel, Putin, even with Xi of China, he had so many meetings, Abe of Japan, the Shah, I mean, the Ayatollah of Iran, I mean, there's all the Saudi kings, all of that. He's been in communication with everyone. He's not excluding anyone, and he's not demanding an ideology from anyone. So let's then go to the India context. And here I want to make it very clear. Since 2014, Narendra Modi has been the most democratically popular leader in the entire world, and he's received the most democratic votes of any leader. In fact, very few leaders in the world are getting 2 terms now. Modi had a landslide election in India 2014, landslide election in 2019. And he's also been in so many local and state campaigns. He has been tested by democracy, and he has passed the test of democracy at so many levels. So to me, those people who claim that Modi is authoritarian seem to have trouble with democracy. But he's there because of democratic wins. He's not there because of any authoritarian. The only emergency in India of authoritarianism came from Indira Gandhi and the Congress party. So we must understand that. And then he's also gotten rid of the black money in India, which is a big problem. India had half of its economy or more in black money. Modern nation cannot survive economically that way. But a lot of people did have black money. And a lot of people have had trouble with losing that. It's changed the economy. It's changed a certain way property is done. He's removed a lot of the bribery. He's gotten rid of a lot of unnecessary middlemen, you might say. And then because his ascendancy of his ideas and his ability to inspire people, particularly the poor, the old elite of India, what we call the Lutyens elite or the old media, and particularly the certain communist socialist groups, have lost power. So they're quite unhappy with that situation. And so naturally, they're going to dislike Modi. Narendra Modi is a respectful leader. He honors everyone's birthday. He's not just, a partisan figure. Of course, he'll criticize people during the election time as necessary, but he is himself not a polarizing figure. What's polarizing to people is losing some of their privilege from the past. And some of the groups that have lost that privilege are in academia. Some of the groups are in media. And so they will have their things to say. And certainly you can criticize. Democracy is open criticism. But I find it strange people shouting that Narendra Modi is authoritarian. Obviously, their voice is not being stifled. And of course, he's passed laws through Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. He's just not making emergency decrees upon the country. Supporting all branches of government, he made sure to have a very good legal ruling for the Ayodhya case. He didn't go forward with an independent prime ministerial judgment. He supported all the branches of the government and the state governments, honoring the different state governments involved. So he is a very important and crucial leader. In our media world today, everybody can be hated and reviled. You see that every political leader in the world, you can find their detractors. But Modi's staying power. India is the world's largest democracy. So I think more votes have been cast in favor of Narendra Modi and his party since 2014 than for any other party in the world. China's not a democracy at all. Pakistan, borderline, a lot of the Islamic world, not democracies. India is the world's largest democracy. Let's honor that democratic experiment. And that has brought out Narendra Modi. And if things are passed through legislation, they should be honored. Street protests should not substitute for legislation. It should be part of the process. So that is what I would say about Modi. And understand Modi's personality. As again, some people in the West like to say, oh, he's right wing. If Modi's right wing, why is he a supporter of ecology so much? Why does he support yoga, Ayurveda, all the alternative medicine? Why does he have a Gandhian socialist policy on many levels for protecting the poor? Why is he engaged with communication and diplomacy with every group in the world, including the Islamic world? You have to look at it. He's a poet. He's a philosopher. He was a yogi. He was a monk. So look at the personality involved. In the West, people are so caught in their local politics, they don't see what's happening in the world. And what's happening in India is rising. To understand India, you forget about right and left in the West. Go back to this idea of dharmic civilization and India's need to renew its civilization, its tradition, and to modernize them. Look at the embracing of science, technology, even the vaccine that's coming out of the Modi government, the forward looking there. So this is, I think, what we need to do. New India, other leaders are there, new leaders are there, but let's look at them in their own right and try to understand what they are doing. And here we see an awakening, very far to go yet, but we do see an awakening, a new India rising. And again, because of the going back to the inspiration of the independence movement gurus, Modi also honors Sri Aurobindo. He's doing back to Mahatma Gandhi for important activities today. So I would close with those particular words. Hari Om, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Thank you so much, Acharya-ji. I think it has been extremely insightful, but also inspiring. And it has been a very enriching experience for me, and I'm sure all our viewers as well. So I'm very grateful to you for sharing your insights on the variety of subjects that we've discussed today. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you. And again, may the festival of Bharat expand in many ways and be part of this whole renaissance of Bharat and Dharmic renaissance.
Thank you so much, Acharya-ji. And to our viewers, I would like to request you, please do continue supporting us. Please do subscribe to both our channels, the Festival of Bharat and Citti Media, and do share our videos. We'll be back with another such inspiring conversation. Until then, take care and namaste.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.